But first, one more little bit about Record Store Day.
Record Store Day.
Because earlier today I had a little chat with Brian Molko of Placebo. He sends you his very best. The new album is being mixed as we speak. That's why we had to have the chat this morning. It's due out before the end of the year. It wouldn't tell me any more than that. They're being very secretive. I know if you're a big Placebo fan, you're already aware that sort of little snippets of information, things are being sort of drip-fed to you. You will be the first people in the loop, he assures me. He's also working on a book of his lyrics at the moment as well that's going to be published before the end of this year. So we nattered about various different things, including Record Store Day, and I started off by asking him if the band were vinyl fans.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we always, when a new album comes out, we always do a vinyl run because we like to hold the object in our hands, you know, a fetishistic object. It feels more and more so because it's rarer and there's a lot less of it. But actually, I used to bunk off school and go hang out at a record shop, and kind of they had this amazing record shop in Luxembourg, and downstairs was kind of the listening area. And, you know, so I used to show up at like 9 o'clock in the morning. I'd be on my own, and at the turntables downstairs, I'd just like play loads of music, you know, discover loads of music that way. And then people would sort of wander in, and I don't know how, because I must have been like 11 or 12 or 13, and they used to think that I was like on some kind of intern or, you know, and ask me to play records for them, you know. So it was kind of, you know, very much a part of my upbringing. I mean, the first music I ever bought was on vinyl in a store that doesn't exist anymore, John Menzies up in Dundee, with my mum. A lot of people have embarrassing first records, but I'm very proud to say that Thriller by Michael Jackson was the first piece of vinyl I ever bought, you know, played it to death.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
It sure is, yeah.
Why do record stores matter then? Why a record store and why physical vinyl as opposed to downloading? What's the difference?
There's the physicality of it, and there's which includes the size of it and the interactiveness of it. I think because it's a real object, you know, you feel a real connection to it. And it's also, it's interactive in a way that downloading music isn't, because you actually have to put it on a turntable, listen to half of it, then get back up again and flip it over. So playing a vinyl record, there's a certain amount of commitment involved, which you don't get from a never-ending MP3 playlist. And also, I find with listening to downloads that often it can become a little bit like wallpaper or background music. And the fact that you've actually put a record on makes you actually want to sit down and engage with it and only listen, which is how I grew up consuming music, you know, discovering music. I think the fact its size is really important as well, you know, versus a CD, because the album cover itself becomes a work of art. And it's the romance of this imagination, which I kind of still carry with me. It all boils down to being physically and emotionally engaged with the object itself, which doesn't exist with downloads.
Tell us then, please, Brian, what it is that you guys are releasing for Record Store Day.
We're releasing a 10-inch vinyl version of our last EP, the B3 EP. It's going to be transparent vinyl. It's got an exclusive front cover, and there's going to be 3,000 of them pressed, and they'll never be repressed again.
Well, listen, Brian, thank you so much for the quick chat. Enjoy Saturday. We're really excited about the album. Meanwhile, as you've mentioned B3, and it is the special release that's coming for Record Store Day, let's hear it now. Thank you so much, Brian.
All right, thank you, Joe.